Hello, this is Dave Sugarbaker, and this is the first Sunday in July 2023. This is the second day of July. And I have a reading from Corinthians, and this is Paul's justification for diversity in the church, in the earliest church. For just as the body is one and has many members, and all of the members of the body, though many, are one body, so it is with Jesus Christ. For in the one Spirit we were all baptized into one body, Jews or Greeks, slaves or free, and we were all made to drink from one Spirit. Indeed, the body does not consist of one member, but many. If the foot would say, "Because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body," that would not make it any less a part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would the hearing be? If the whole body were hearing, where would the sense of smell be? But as it is, God arranged the members of the body, each one of them, as he chose. If you were all a single member, where would the body be? As it is, there are many members, yet one body. The eye cannot say to the hand, "I have no need of you," or again, the head to the feet, "I have no need of you." I'm going to start today with a joke. This is a really bad joke, but it pertains to what I'm going to talk about. A farmer saw an unusual sight out in one of his fields. There was a flock of birds laying around on the ground in the sun, each one of them with little birdie sunglasses. And they were lethargic, they were mellow, just soaking up the afternoon sun. The farmer avoided disturbing them. That evening he was describing the scene to his wife, who was concerned that the birds might be ill. "Nah," said the farmer, "they're just a flock of Baskin Robbins." At one point in my life, I owned a Baskin Robbins ice cream store. On any given day, I owned hundreds of gallons of ice cream. This was in Berkeley on a street called Solano Avenue, which was an ice cream street. There were 3 ice cream establishments within 2 blocks. While I was in graduate school in Berkeley, we would put together a carload of students and spouses and go over to Solano Avenue after dinner to order a single ice cream creation for the whole group. We would pool our money and order a nightmare. Now, a nightmare involved probably 25 scoops of ice cream, every topping available, pineapple, hot fudge, marshmallow, everything you could think of, lots of whipped cream. It was over a foot tall. And we would all gather around the table. An employee would bring over the nightmare, set it in the middle of the table, and then each one of us with a spoon would just start in from our side. It was quite an experience. In later years, I owned a Baskin Robbins down the street from where I had consumed so much ice cream during my student days. The Baskin Robbins franchise was famous for 31 flavors. Some flavors were better than others. Sunflower Power, a citrus ice cream with sunflower seeds in it, was not a big hit. Mandarin Chocolate Sherbet was an outstanding flavor, in my opinion, with dark chocolate sherbet infused with a mandarin orange flavor. It looked like tar, but it tasted great. And one other favorite of mine personally, chocolate peanut butter ice cream. So it was ice cream, chocolate ice cream with a peanut butter swirl in it, and it was a big hit. But for all of that, you know what the biggest seller of ice cream was in the Baskin Robbins? Vanilla. Now, we hired high schoolers from the wrestling team and the cheerleading squad. We found that these 2 groups could juggle their time commitments the best. There was a large elementary school, Thousand Oaks Elementary, about 600 to 800 students, a block or so from the Baskin-Robbins shop. And we offered a special prize for the classroom with the best attendance for the year. So on a designated morning late in the school year, probably May, before the store opened to the public one morning, the winning class would come down to the store, got behind the counter, and made their own dream sundaes. Anything they wanted. Ice cream was delivered to us at the store in 3-gallon containers. It took longer to sell some of the flavors, but others we could barely keep in stock. But we kept 31 or more flavors available at all times. It was a good business to be in. When people came to the store, they were anticipating doing something nice for themselves, and they generally came in a good mood and left feeling even better. It's really hard to eat ice cream and be grumpy at the same time. After a while, the counter people would associate repeat customers with their favorite flavor of ice cream. Somebody would say, okay, here comes Jamocha Almond Fudge. We're going to celebrate our nation's birthday this week. It got me thinking about our diminishing tolerance of diversity in the last decade or so. In one sense, America is a melting pot. It's been that way since the beginning. But in another sense, however, we do maintain our differences. Someone you know out there actually likes sunflower power. We don't take all of the ice cream flavors and melt them all down and mix them together. That would be a solution to diversity that no one would like, and it would taste awful. Count on it. There are some religious traditions whose adherents would like everyone to order the same flavor. Supposedly that would solve the problem of diversity. They believe God is telling them that only one flavor is right and good. They might like to pass a law mandating, for instance, that Jamocha Almond Fudge was the only righteous flavor for everybody. Personally, I prefer the 31 flavors approach. I don't have to like everybody else's choice, but I believe everyone is entitled to make the best choice they can for themselves. The writer of Corinthians, that is Paul, addresses diversity in the earliest Christian movement, and he takes a 31 flavors approach. Each member of the body of Christ, he says, is unique and important, even though all can't be the eyes or the ears. Paul says, indeed, the body does not consist of one member, but many. If the foot would say, because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body, that would not make it any less a part of the body. If the ear would say, because I am not an eye, I don't belong to the body, that would not make it any less a part of the body. Now, a value is defined this way. If something is of value to you, it's because you get to choose and choose freely from among alternatives and choose repeatedly so that the choice becomes part of your life. That's where diversity comes in. I'm thankful for the 31 flavors. Now, God bless you. Thank you for your time. I appreciate that very much. If you find meaning here, I'd encourage you to share it, pass it along. Thanks very much. God bless.